Every time the best friend goes shopping, she pretends her phone is dead. She then uses this as an excuse to borrow the girl's phone to pay the bill, to pass herself off as a wealthy heiress. She also treated her classmates to the most upscale places, spending 5 million yuan. When it was time to pay, she repeated her old trick. She falsely claimed she needed to borrow the girl's phone to call her family and ask for money to be transferred. Upon hearing this, the girl handed her phone to her without hesitation. But when the best friend saw it was an old phone without internet access, she fell into a breakdown because she couldn't implant a virus to steal money from the bank card. Little did she know, the girl had intentionally used the old phone in her previous life. After the best friend accidentally heard that the girl had 10 million yuan in her card, she resented the girl for pretending to be low-key despite being wealthy, so she disguised herself as a wealthy heiress. She often treated classmates to shopping and travel, but the girl noticed her money was gradually disappearing, so she confronted her best friend. However, the classmates thought a wealthy heiress like the best friend wouldn't spend her money. Even the girl's boyfriend, who had accepted gifts from the best friend, accused the girl of being jealous and deliberately framing her. The girl wanted to call the police, but the best friend plotted to push her off a tall building. She also had classmates testify that the girl had fallen accidentally. After being reborn, the girl wanted revenge, so she intentionally replaced her original phone with an old one that couldn't access the internet. Then she quietly watched as the best friend treated classmates to high-end consumption. The best friend even pretended to ask the girl to buy some clothes, but the girl said she didn't like the things here. The best friend knew she was telling the truth, but she felt even more jealous. However, seeing this, the classmates found a good opportunity to curry favor with the best friend. They immediately mocked the girl for wearing cheap street clothes yet looking down on the wealthy heiress's taste. Even the girl's boyfriend accused her of embarrassing the best friend. The girl pretended to be angry and prepared to leave. Seeing this, the best friend quickly stopped her and said everyone was joking. At that moment, the manager came over. He reminded everyone that they had bought too many luxury goods and needed to verify their funds in advance. The best friend was afraid that verifying funds would expose her, so she directly slapped the manager in the face. She scolded him for daring to question her spending power. As she spoke, she told the manager to ring up the bill. It turned out the total was over 5 million yuan, yet the best friend said it was just pocket change. She then tried to use the girl's phone to call her family for a money transfer, but she found that the girl was actually using an old phone without internet access. The best friend immediately broke down and asked where her original phone was. The girl explained that the original phone was broken and left in the dormitory. Upon hearing this, everyone mocked the girl for being shabby. Her boyfriend also scolded her for being scheming. He insisted she had deliberately not brought a smartphone for fear of having to pay the bill. The best friend also angrily accused the girl of deliberately messing with her. Upon hearing this, the girl looked innocent and said that her using an old phone had nothing to do with her. As she spoke, she even asked the best friend if she didn't have the money to pay the bill. Hearing this, the best friend panicked instantly, but the classmates mocked the girl for being ignorant. They said the money the best friend spent casually was enough for her to earn a lifetime. However, the best friend was extremely flustered inside. She had to think on her feet and said she recognized that all the luxury goods here were fakes. She planned to let the classmates quietly put the luxury goods back. She said she would buy everyone better gifts later. Upon hearing this, the girl immediately pretended to be shocked and said loudly that such a high-end store dared to sell fakes. She said she could never tolerate them bullying her best friend like this. Hearing this, the classmates also took the opportunity to curry favor with the best friend. They said loudly that they would seek justice for her. However, seeing this, the manager said that if they had doubts about the goods, they could find anyone to authenticate them. He said if there were any fakes, he would compensate 10 times the price. Then the manager also said that the receipt had already been issued. He said if they couldn't pay, he would have to call the police. Upon hearing this, the best friend completely panicked.